want to play now because it's gonna be too noisy for your life.
Go ahead, please. I gotta cancel the damn mine. Okay, well, we'll continue that. See how many people will be arriving today. I have my Saja Boy logo right there. And we are going to make a stamp, just like how we made with this one, by cutting it out, like so. This one was in the previous videos. So this ducky goes inside the invitation card. Everything you see here is already on the tutorial. Just look through the videos and you'll see it there. Also in the playlist, I have the playlist that you can take a look at that. It's much faster, but these are all recent items. So welcome guys, welcome to Jackie's Art. Tonight we'll be making Saja Boys logo stamp. I have this rubber piece, this lino block that I used previously for this one. It's a little bit flimsy and I'm changing it to the pink one to see if it's any better. Now the method that I will be showing you is, I think I love this method actually. It doesn't require you to have tracing paper, in which you do need tracing paper so that you can transfer over to the block. I'm gonna change, wait a second for me, please. I'm going to turn my camera on so I can record this lesson. Yes. That up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Alright, so just to reintroduce again to what we're doing tonight, we are doing a block print for this Saja Boy logo, and we are carving it in a lino block print, such as these ones which were demonstrated in the last live. This one made that, and you can make multiple copies. And this was a rubber piece. It's called a lino block that I used last time on this, but I feel that it may be a little bit flimsy. I want to try a different block to see if it's any better, to see if it feels better. And all these ones that you see here, they are also from the previous tutorial not so long ago, so you can go ahead and go back and take a look at them for yourself. You do need some supplies such as these. These are blades and it has different sizes for different carving. You only need one because actually inside there will be storage area. I can't open this one for some reason. But yeah, you will store your blades in here. But then I just have mine already like in different handles, so I don't have to go in and out and change the blades and risk hurting myself. Okay. So the first thing we are going to do, hi everyone, hi there, thank you for joining in and thanks for joining in the chat. So I have printed this out. If you need it, you can go ahead and shoot me a comment when this live is over, and then I'll give you my email so you can ask for the printables for this one. I have made this opacity much lighter so that you can trace over it. With this method, you don't have to use a tracing paper because that's just another step. To me, it's very unnecessary. So we're gonna go ahead and trace that. Trace that. And so that you know, we are making this, we're carving this out. This one was from the last one, from the last live, so you can just go ahead and take a look at that. It is really hard. It takes a lot of time to edit those live videos, so whenever I do have the chance, I can go back and edit it and cut out all my pauses. in there, but like I said, right now it's available for you in live. Go ahead and trace this. Trace that. Whoops. Little whoopsie right there. Need to go get my eraser. Eraser. How's everyone doing tonight? Right now it is 10:20 p.m. in Las Vegas time. The weather is pretty hot outside. It feels like 95 degrees outside right now. There you go. Don't need that extra line. Go back in to trace that. And we will transfer this to our lino block, which is this. My students call it an eraser. Speaking of students, back to school is coming back. I wonder if you guys are high school or college folks or elementary kids. If you're elementary, it is time to go to sleep. Yeah, so go ahead and introduce yourself. People call me Jackie, but it's actually the name of my rabbit. But for simplicity, you can call me Jackie, that's fine. The channel is named after my rabbit, my pet rabbit. And if you want me to bring her over, all you gotta do is ask, and I'll go into my room and take her out. But I won't if you don't ask. So you have to ask if you want me to see her. Hi there, OC. You asked why, but I don't know what the question is. All right, going back over here, I have the ears. Very tiny. That is a very intricate part right there. And if you guys are able to see the side right here, there you go. That's the stamp that we made last time in our last live. Here. Luckily, the Saja Boy logo is not that difficult. So everything is pretty geometric. That's the eye right there. Then this one. So the hardest thing are these thin lines right here when you start carving it out. Otherwise, everything else seems okay. So yes, if you want to say hi to everyone, you want to introduce yourself, go ahead and do so. Like I said, right now it's 10:23. I was about to go sleep, but I'm like, okay, I want to start on this project now. And if I need to finish it, then I'll do it tomorrow. Because I had this great idea in my head. I was like, oh, I really want the Saja Boy logo. I can't wait to do the logo. Okay, finish stenciling it. So now I'm gonna lightly shade it in. You don't need to make it dark, just lightly shade in the dark area, because that's the one that is going to be transferred over. Yeah. And then over here too. So tonight, the objective for tonight is just to carve this out. But if I have time, if I'm not too sleepy, I will test out the print. If not, I'll test out the print tomorrow. This is a little bit dull, so I'm gonna sharpen this. Okay, it's time for us to transfer. So now that I have this, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out. I just printed extra just in case. But you only need one actually. Okay, I'm gonna take this out. Put it away. Now, if anybody can recognize the shape of this, it's a very geometric shape. It's perfect. It's a regular polygon. It's 5-sided. So the quiz is, what do you call this polygon? What's the name of this polygon? If anyone knows, leave in the comment below. Here's my block. I'm gonna put it in. Okay, in the count of 3, 2, 1. If you don't know the answer, I will let you know right now. It's 5-sided, so it's called a pentagon. It's all even sides. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this over like this. I was wondering, maybe I should use tape. I don't have a tape with me right now, but I'm just gonna use my finger and hopefully it just transfer over. I think it should be fine. Okay, so there you go. I just press on top of it and it will transfer over. You see that? So I roughly know where the pencil marks are, so I just do that. And with this transfer method, it doesn't have to be perfect. When you do it like so, it'll transfer over. So yeah, it's like tracing paper. You are just pressing the lead down so that it can transfer over to your platform. And then I want to shade everything in here. So this part you don't have to be perfect. As you can see, just shade it in so that you can transfer the lead down. And you want to let it go easily, one at a time, just in case there is a mistake in the transfer. Look, it's perfect. It is so perfect. Okay, I want to show you, okay? First, take a look, see? It transferred over perfectly. Now, we are going to use a permanent marker so that it doesn't go away because we would have to carve it. Yup. So this is a big marker right here. I'm gonna go ahead and use my ruler. And trace it in. That. For you guys who are here, I just want to let you in on this derpy envelope that I made. The tutorial is up. This one is made by hand from scratch. The template is also available for you guys to download. So go ahead and take a look. In the videos is in there if you would like to see it. I like the template because I can make multiple derpy envelope and give it to all my friends. Alright, time to trace in the lion. A little bit difficult right here. There we go. I would have to like color that in with a permanent marker. Just so you guys know. That part right there is a little hard because it's so small. Turn your eraser around or your liner block around so that it's easier for you to get into that small space. I'm gonna go ahead and give another line right there because I don't want it to be too small. Okay, there you go. This is a really nice line logo. Really nice design. Someday, if anybody becomes a logo artist, keep in mind the ideas are out there. The best logos are the simplest one. Such as Target. Target is so simple, but everybody who looks at the Target logo, exactly, they know that it's Target. When you look at it from far away, you can tell that is Target. Or like the McDonald's logo, very simple. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it needs to pack with meanings. Shake that in. Hi there, Killer Smith. Thanks for joining. We are making a stamp. We are carving it out like so. And then we're carving like that as well from the previous lesson. I'll go ahead and use a ruler right here because that looks pretty exact. Don't want to mess up anything. Usually take out a multiple pen just in case something runs out. I think this one's a skinnier one. Wonder if it works the same way. Gets that small little space, but I do need the bigger one. I'm gonna go back to my supplies. There it goes. What time is it for everyone, I wonder? If you don't mind sharing your time zone. I love this logo. So geometric. Almost done. Turn on my camera again. Let's see. So as I'm doing live right here, I am also using another camera to record the lesson. Just in case when I have time to go and edit them because it takes so long to edit these videos. Oh, there we go. I like it. Oh, I totally forgot. I do have to go in and get the face. How can I forget that? Okay. The face. Yes, that's the eye. Okay. Let me go look at my original reference picture just to make sure that I'm not messing anything up. Okay, that looks okay, not too bad. Little loop right here, and then there. I guess it's okay. It's okay, it's not too exact. All right, now the nose. The nose is like a heart shape. Can you say that? Right here. Okay. Heart-shaped nose going down. Heart-shaped nose going down. color in the nose, and then the mouth. I like the mouth. Mouth is good. Curve down for the mouth, and then raise it up because he's smiling, and then intricate detail that is very hard. Whoosh, this is hard. Right there. Yeah, you want to make it as close to the logo as possible. Okay. There, I am done. Great. Now it is time to carve it. Okay, most recommended is to have this mat right here. It's an anti-slip mat. Let's move that to the side because we don't need that. And then, let's see. Yeah, because if I start carving, it's gonna start moving. So I want to make sure that I have an anti-slip mat. Now, if you don't have an anti-slip mat, that's fine. One way to do that is to use hot glue gun and put it down here. And so you glue it in place basically, but it's not gonna get stuck there. Okay, this is a little bit better. When I'm trying to move it, it's not really moving that much. Okay, now I'm using my carving tool. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna eventually cut this off. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about that yet. I'm do that last. What I want to do is carve in the black. I'm gonna carve it down and make it cave in like how this one is. So you carve inside so that it can cave in and the face will rise up. Okay, let's try to do that. I am missing my razor. Okay, here we go, razor time. Razor is good to have, but don't cut yourself. Okay, because it gives you to the exact line. So that's what I'm gonna do to all of it. There. I'm gonna get the part that are straight because that's the easiest. Go ahead and do that one right there. Go inside to the edge of that. Edge. Edge. And then edge. Okay. And also the face needs some of that as well. So we're gonna go ahead and let's start with here. Now I know you can't see anything right now, but you have to be patient because I will carve it out in due time. This will help the cutting process, the carving process, much easier. Because when you carve, it stops it from going over the image. I think I did this right. And then the cheek. And then the head. And then going over to the other head. And now the ears. 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 Ear. 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 Okay. Okay. We'll come back and use this a little bit later. Let's get to the fun of it. I say I'm gonna use this blade and start carving it out. Yes. So maybe this way. So when you're carving, make sure that your finger is behind the blade, not on top of it, because you'll accidentally carve and cut your finger. Don't want that to happen. And trust me, it happened to me almost one time. You had to be careful with that. It's very scary. Nobody wants to get cut. So there you see, right? That looks pretty cool. Now I'm gonna carve this way, the face. And like I said, that cutting right there, it stops it from going over. So it does help to use your razor. So right now what we're doing is we're cutting the outside part so that we can raise the face up. Okay, I'm gonna keep this here. I'm gonna use this big blade right here to get out most of the pieces. Notice that my finger is behind the blade and not in front of it. Being safe is very important for this activity. There we go. We're trying to do it so that we can raise it up a little bit more. Raise the face up and see if we have anybody from the chat. Hi there, hi there. Okay, going in through here. Really extract the meat from it. Go in with the skinnier one for that part. That's why it's nice to have different blades. Maybe in the end you know that you're just only using a few. Like right now I'm using only just 2. And as you get smaller in here, you gotta get a smaller blade. You see how I can flick that off easily? It's because I use a razor and cut off the edge so that when I go with my blade, it doesn't go over to the face. It helps it. It's not perfect, but it does stop you from carving over the face. Once again, safety practice, finger below the blade. You can find this product on Amazon. It's called Lino Block Print. And when I edit my videos, I can link them to you as well. Using the fatter tool to get the big piece out. Hey, sir. Hello. I hope you're doing good tonight. Cut that out. Looking pretty neat. Use my big blade to get underneath it a little bit more, making it clean. Do want to go over here and get that ear on the side. Using the razor because that ear does not look straight enough. We'll just have to see. Now going through the ear. Right here too. I think we'll get this way. Ooh. Alright. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, time to go in with the detail. This is the much skinnier blade. So hopefully that can carve out the eye. But as you can see, my drawing right here is too close to the edge. So I'm gonna move the razor blade over here a little bit more. And then just hope for the best because this is a very, very tricky part. Hopefully this one gets it. Man, that is so hard. I'm trying to see if I did any damage at all. Slowly, slowly. There we go. That's a very hard one. There we go. I think something happened. That's good. That is so tricky. Maybe just carve it out like that. Maybe that would work. Okay, now the second eye, very difficult. Oh, how perfect is that? I love it. It worked. It came out much nicer than the other one. Okay, now we gotta do the nose as well. Okay. I wonder if I should carve it out with the razor. Maybe that would help. Razor always helps. Just to edge it a little bit. But overall, the mouth part would be the most difficult. Okay, I'll just leave it there because I don't think I can get to the small space. Okay, so let's use my best friend, which is this one. I love this one. Look at that chopped off. Lift up. Get that heart of a nose. Dun, 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 dun. Woohoo! That nose is looking cute. Okay, time to go in the mouth. All the way down. Curve. The mouth will be the hardest, and you know, we're just gonna hope for the best. Because I don't know if I can get it as exact as I want it to be. That's a major challenge. Yeah, working with a very small space here. It's only like 3 by 3 inches. So all the details got really small. I think I might just do a test print on this one today. But I would have to go and get some paint, which I left inside my room, so I had to go and grab that. See how this looks. It looks okay. I can carve more. Pretty neat, yeah. We can work with that. Deeper down, deeper down. Okay, so I think the mouth is okay. Now I'm gonna go back and make sure that our face is raised up properly. So we're gonna go back and enhance that face, bring that face up more. Make sure you go into the edge and really enhance that face. And anything that is a little bit too tall, you want to bring that down. So carving that down more. I'm gonna go in and edge that one. Edge it. So that when we print it, it looks straight. Like you can actually see the jaw, the structure of this lion. Don't forget the safety feature, finger behind the blade, blades on top of the finger, blade on top of the finger, finger behind the blade. You do not want to accidentally cut yourself because you will bleed. This is pretty sharp. Well, it has to be so that you can cut this into a stamp. Okay, I think this is a good stopping point here. Maybe a little bit more right here on the chin. On that jaw. Okay. So we could carve out more later if we need to. But right now is a good stopping point. Okay. And then I'm gonna do a test print. But gotta get this mess out of the way first. Okay. Gotta cut this out first, of course. Get the blade out. Let me see who are alive today. Hello, hello. Cut this out. All the way. Like that. Maybe a bit more. Although right here would be good. Why not like that? Yeah. Okay. There. Excuse me. Let's sneeze one more time. It's coming. Excuse me. Oof. Okay. I think I can save this other piece here, so I'm gonna go down. Cut that. Then you do this. And voila, save this one for another print piece. Then we continue with the cutting process. Just do all of this, might as well. Let's go. Okay. There you go. Cut through. Careful with the finger. Cut through. There we go. Okay. How neat, right? Beautiful, beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go grab some paint so that we can do a test print on this. So be back in 3 minutes. Be right back. Put this right here so you can see. So you have something to look at while I'm gone. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Got some papers, got some paint. Check if my other camera is still functioning. Is it out of battery? My other camera is out of battery. Yes, it's important, I guess. You can always print that tomorrow. It's fine. Okay. Time to print. So I got a roller right here for paint. Oh, this is a big mess. Put this away. Put that away. We don't need that. Okay, and this is where I'm gonna put the ink for the paint. There it goes. Take that out. Mix it up. Okay, so this is wall paint, but there is printmaking ink that you can use, or acrylic paint. But wall paint is pretty good for this because wall paint doesn't dry as quickly as acrylic paint. Acrylic paint dries really fast, and so you have to print it right away before it dries. This right here first. There. Okay. Now this part is totally optional. You don't have to use this if you don't have a paint roller. You can use a paintbrush and then just brush it onto your stamping pad. And if let's see, yeah, brush it onto your stamping pad, or you can use like a one of those like ink pads. You can use that one as well. Roll that through and make sure that everything's covered. Roll, 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 roll. Okay, roll that through right there. That way, that side doesn't have any. I need to roll that. Okay, there we go. I wonder if we should test it on the purple. I think the purple looks nice. I think I'm gonna test it on it. Okay. Press it down and we just hope for the best. We just hope that it works. Yay, look at that. How beautiful that is. Let me see if I can bring it closer to you. Yeah. Yep. Don't want to dirty my hand. There we go. Look at that. How neat, right? This is really, really neat. I'm gonna transfer it to the white canvas and so we can see. Hello, Sadia. Sadia, nice to see you. I hope your night is doing well. Okay, so now I'm gonna transfer it to the white canvas, white paper. Okay, do it one more time. Let's go. Get all the ink in. Roll that in. And then try that one more time. And like I said, you don't have to do it this way. If you don't have a roller, you can use a paintbrush and just brush it over your step, and that's perfectly fine. Okay. Here we go. That air. Press it down, press it down. Press it down. Okay, and then peel it out. Woohoo! There you go. How beautiful that is. Isn't that nice? You guys like it? I do enjoy this a lot. Okay, I want to do one more time just for fun. And we do need to refill our ink. So one more time before we call it a night. This is wall paint. Wall paint is good for this because it doesn't dry as fast as acrylic paint. Acrylic dries super fast. Okay, anyways, like this, roll it to your roller. You know, paint supplies can get very expensive. So if you don't have this, just use a paintbrush and paint over it. It's perfectly fine that way. Press it down and peel it out. Oh, so cool. I am so in love with this. Sadia, hello. Thanks for tuning in. I'm like a loss of word right now because it's so late at night. But thank you for watching the tutorial and watching the live. I do appreciate it very much. Okay, so I just want to remind you guys that I made this one very transparent, and if you need a copy of this, you can go ahead and make a comment on this live when it's done, or a comment anywhere on the other videos. And if you want me to send this to you, you can drop me your email and then I'll email it to you, this template right here. And what you do is you just trace it with a pencil and then you transfer it to your stamping pad. This is a lino block print. You can find this on Amazon. And then you transfer it over there and then you carve it out. It's a pretty like simple logo to do. It is kind of hard within it, but you know, it's fun, right? And if you watch the other live, I did do this ducky. It's the invitation card that comes out, and you can put this into the derpy envelope that I also have the tutorial for. Now, if you want multiple envelopes, derpy envelope, I made a template that you can get, and you can print out multiple derpy envelopes and give it to all your friends. All right, so that's all I have, you guys. Have a good night. Feel free to ask me any questions. Drop a comment anywhere and I'll answer them, okay? Have a good night. Bye-bye. How much money is this? It's not expensive. Like I said, I don't remember. I bought these a while back, but it comes in a pack. It's on Amazon. You can find it. And these ones, my friends gave them to me, so I'm sure it's not expensive either. But the thing that I'm gonna tell you that you don't need is if you're on a budget, you don't need a roller. Okay, you don't need a roller. This is just fancy stuff. You can use a paintbrush, like I said, and then you can paint on top of it, or buy a ink pad on Amazon. That works just as well. I made this as a demo for the other live, and then it's just nice as a paint, and then you could just paint on it and stamp. Right, any more questions? You guys have any more questions? All right, have a good night now. Thank you for tuning in. I'm always available, so yeah, let me know what you need. Any questions you may have. If you need any help, I'm here for you. So yeah, thank you very much and have a good night. Bye bye. Good night. Bye, Sadia. Good night. Bye. Hey, sir. Good night. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.